Hello and welcome to the first of another new series. This is an artist spotlight, and this first one we're going to be looking at Peach Momoko's work. Peach Momoko hasn't been around that long in comic books, but her art is absolutely phenomenal. This took quite a while to put together, all the slides, and as I'm going through each one again and again, I'm starting to appreciate it a bit more. So even if you don't want to hear me rattle on, you can turn the volume down, make yourself a coffee, chill out and look at some nice art. But with that said, let's get into the first one. So we've got the Peach Momoko sketchbook from 2016. It's about 60 pages, and this was published, like I said, 2016 in Japan. Next, yeah, we know this isn't a Peach cover. It is a Frank Frazetta, but this is the first interior art by Peach Momoko in a story titled Shaman Himoko. Can't pronounce it. So that's that one, and that's Heavy Metal 288. Then we've got another sketchbook. This is some early Peach Momoko artwork, titled Kaigun. This was distributed at Tokyo Comic Con in 2017. And then the first cover art was Marvel Rising #1. This is the 1 in 25. It was Stormbreakers, when Marvel were doing all Stormbreaker new artists coming in. And then we've got Age of X-Men Apocalypse and the Extracts #2. This is another 1 in 25. Black Cat #1. This was a store exclusive. I'm not sure which store it was. There we go, Silver Surfer Black #4. This is another 1 in 25, which looks absolutely brilliant with Null and the Surfer on the cover. And then we've got Vamps versus Wolves #4. This was a Kickstarter, 32-page comic book crowdfunded by Kickstarter. This was a limited edition, 200 copies. Then we've got Ghost Spider #2. This is another 1 in 25. Arrow #4 variant. This is the Mary Jane variant, sorry. There she is in the bottom there. Then we've got Fallen Angels #2. This is another 1 in 25 with X-23 on the cover. And Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 100. This was limited to 250 copies, another store exclusive. So not sure what the store is. And Spider-Man Venom Double Trouble #2, 1 in 25. Red Mother #1. This was limited to 250 copies as well. Eternals #1 variant. Read Only Memories #2, 1 in 10. Then we've got a Captain Marvel The End #1, which is a pretty. I really like that cover. Red Sonja Age of Chaos #2. This was another limited print run. The 500 copies. The Clock #1, limited to 500. Strange Academy #1. This was a store exclusive. Not sure what the store was yet again. Spider Woman #1, 1 in 25. That's also pretty damn nice. Ghost Spider #8. This was a store exclusive. Mercy #1. This was limited to 500 copies. Stake #1. This is another Kickstarter. There's also a Virgin variant and a foil cover for this. Star Wars Adventures: The Clone Wars Battle Tales #1. Very nice cover there of Yoda. Disaster Inc. #1. This was by Aftershock. This was limited to 300 copies. Spring the Teenage Witch, Something Wicked #1. Obviously a homage to Bewitched. Batman The Adventure Continues #1. Sleeping Beauties #1. This is limited to 1,000 copies. Wind #1. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Jennifer #3. This is a 1 in 10. Don't Pay the Ferryman, another Kickstarter. Batman The Adventure Continues number 2. Star Wars Adventures number 32, featuring Ray on the cover there. Cherry Pop-Tart, adults only for this one. This was limited to 600 copies. Reprint of Cherry Pop-Tart number 1, including the Bampa Veronica Archie parody that was cut from later reprints. Another Cherry Pop-Tart number 1, this is the facsimile. This was limited to 1,200 copies. This is cover. No Heroine number 1, limited to 500. Win number 2, it's 1 in 25. Usagi Yojimbo number 10, this is a San Diego Comic Con exclusive. Sleeping Beauties number 1, another San Diego Comic Con exclusive. Star Wars Insider magazine, 200. There was a Virgin, this is the Virgin variant. And you've got Din Djarin and Grogu on the cover there. Mega Man Fully Charged number 1. Dark Knight's Death Metal number 3. Got the Robin King on the front there, looking creepy as hell. Samurai of Oz number 2, this is another Kickstarter. There's a foil edition to this, limited to 150 copies. Then you've got Venom 27, sketch variant. Star Wars Adventures, The Clone Wars, Battle Tales number 3. Canto 2, Hollow Men number 1. Never read Canto, a lot of people say it's good. Batman The Adventure Continues number 4. I love the way she does Harley. Marvel Zombies Resurrection number 1, this is a 1 in 50. We Only Find Them When They're Dead number 1. This is a glow in the dark cover. Detective Comics 1027, that's pretty cool. You got the Joker's face with the Batman on the top. X-Men number 12. Black Widow number 1. I wasn't happy with how this slide turned out. The picture is actually supposed to be facing horizontal. Dark Knight's Death Metal Speed Metal number 1. This is a 1 in 25. Venom 28. Department of Truth, this is the foil. This is limited to 400 copies. And then this foil with the trade dress is limited to 100 copies. Spider-Man number 1 facsimile. This is limited to 3,000. And then the Virgin is limited to 1,500. Champions number 1, this is the 1 in 50. Champions number 1 variant. I love the way the costume's just like paint splashed right across the back of his head. Very cool. Dynamite number 1, this is 1 in 25 sketch cover. Red Sonja, and then Dynamite number 1, 1 in 25 is the Vampirella. New Mutants number 13. Dynamite number 1 variant, this is the coloured version. Star Wars Adventures number 1, this is limited to 1,500 copies. Spider-Woman number 5 is 1 in 100. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 110. Strange Academy number 4. The Last Ronin number 1. And then you've got another store exclusive Last Ronin there. Power Rangers number 1, 1 in 250. And there's a few of these Power Ranger ones, by the way. Crossover number 1. Mighty Morphin number 2, 1 in 100. Batman Black and White number 1 variant. Iron Man number 4 with a Hellcat. And that was a 1 per store. Something is Killing the Children number 12, the 1 in 25. And then sketch cover. Ghost Rider Return of Vengeance number 1. Amazing Spider-Man 56. The Last Witch number 1, this is a 1 in 25, and then the sketch variant, which was limited to 1 per store. King in Black number 3. Something is Killing the Children, number 14. This is limited to 400 copies. Mighty Morphin number 4, the 1 in 25. And then a Virgin 1 in 50. Daredevil 25, the 3rd printing. This is the 1 in 25. Demon Days X-Men number 1. This is Comics Pro version. Ghost Rider Return of Vengeance number 1 variant. This is the Virgin. Demon Days X-Men number 1, 5-issue limited series, written and illustrated by Peach Momoko. So this was inspired by Japanese mythology and classic samurai stories, which I'm really interested in. Obviously Peach's art is heavily influenced by manga. So yeah. Demon Days X-Men number 1, the 1 in 500. This is the design variant. Proctor Valley Road number 1, 1 in 25. That's an awesome looking cover. Black Knight Curse of the Ebony Blade number 1. This is the 1 in 100. Power Rangers number 7, 1 in 50. Carnage Black, White and Blood number 1, 1 in 25. Silk number 1. Mighty Morphin number 6, the 1 in 25. Guardians of the Galaxy 13, 1 in 50. Carnage Black, White and Blood number 2. This is the 1 in 25. Red Room number 1, 1 in 20. Heroes Reborn number 3. Power Rangers number 5, this is number 1 in 25. Avengers 44, 1 in 100. Lovely She-Hulk on the cover there. Mighty Morphin number 8, 1 in 25. Jim Henson's Storyteller, Tricksters number 1, 1 in 25. I remember that programme. God, I'm showing my age. I think it was John Hurt who played the Storyteller. Demon Days Mariko number 1, 1 in 200. Demon Days Mariko number 1, 1 in 500. I'm sure that looks like a Black Widow on the front there. Star Wars The High Republic number 6. This is the 1 in 25. Since the War number 1. This is limited to 500 copies. Fantastic Four number 32, the 1 in 100. Defenders number 1, 1 in 50. Avengers Tech On number 1. This is the variant, yeah, all variants. What's it? Non-Stop Spider-Man number 4, 1 in 25. Marvel's Voices Identity number 1, 1 in 50. United States of Captain America number 4, the 1 in 25. Death of Doctor Strange number 1. X-Men number 1 exclusive. Obtained by subscribing to the Marvel Unlimited Plus offer. Symbiote Spider-Man Crossroads number 4. This is a 1 in 25. Venom number 1, 1 in 100. Not my favourite of the bunch, this one. Eternals number 7. This is a 1 in 50. Hulk number 1. This cover art is inspired by Antoni de Saint-Exupéry's The Little Prince. I probably butchered that name. Devil's Reign number 1, the 1 in 200. Black Widow number 13, 1 in 100. X Lives of Wolverine number 1. This is a variant. Why do I keep saying this is a variant? All friggin' variants. Mary Jane and Black Cat Beyond number 1, the 1 in 100. Batman Killing Time number 1, 1 in 100. I really like this cover. Spider-Woman number 20. X Deaths of Wolverine number 4, the 1 in 25. Red Room Trigger Warnings number 1, 1 in 25. Spider-Gwen, Gwenverse number 1, 1 in 100. Funny thing about the Gwenverse, if you go back to one of the live shows I did with my pal JBL Flash, it was Live and Kicking 2, I think. He just joked about the Gwenverse. This was a couple of years ago. Demon Days Blood Feud number 1. We Have Demons number 1. Immortal X-Men, the 1 in 50. Marauders number 1. Spider-Gwen, Gwenverse number 2, the 1 in 100. Elektra, Black, White and Blood. And that is it. So thank you if you stayed all the way to the end of this. Don't know why my hair's sticking up. Yeah, well. Yeah, absolutely phenomenal art. Very manga inspired. You can see that right off the bat. That's how it's so recognisable by other comic book artists. It's different because we normally don't see manga artwork on covers. So if you're a fan of Peach Momoko, why not let me know in the comments which was your favourite piece. Have you been picking up any of the 1 in 200s or 1 in 500s? God. Anyway, that's it for now. Until next time, bye.